Hi there, I am Aman and you're watching PTO classes. So, in this video, we are going to study grade 7th English first poem, The Squirrel. This is a very beautiful poem in your syllabus. This poem is composed by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So, you can repeat the name after me, Mildred Bowers Armstrong. Don't get confused with the pronunciation of the poet's name. So, this beautiful poem is composed by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So, have you seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut? What did it look like? So, this is a description of the same squirrel that we generally see around our homes. So, this is the poem about a very small creature. This is the poem about a very small creature who can be seen everywhere around us. So the squirrel, how the squirrel looks like. So in this poem, the poet has described how the squirrel looks like and what does he do. So what are the activities of the squirrel is beautifully explained by the poet in this poem, and we will see that how the squirrel is through the eyes of the poet, and how and what the activities of the squirrel are through the imagination of the poet or the observation of the poet, because this is not just a mere imagination. The poet has observed the squirrel playing around his garden and he has written about the squirrel very beautifully through this poem. So let's start the video. Let's start our poem, The Squirrel, composed by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So let's start. He wore a question mark for tail, an overcoat of grey. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. So, who is wearing a question mark for tail? The squirrel. The poet has described the physical features of the squirrel through the first line of the poem. In the first line, he has said he wore a question mark for tail. See the tail of the squirrel, you can see that it is resembling a question mark. So the poet is saying that the tail of the squirrel looks like a question mark. So the poet has described the tail of the question mark, and he has compared the tail of the squirrel to a question mark. So the poet here in the poem is telling us that the tail of the squirrel looks exactly like a question mark to him. And he in the second line is saying that an overcoat of grey. So the poet is telling that the skin of the squirrel looks like that he is wearing an overcoat of grey. Have you seen an overcoat? What is the thing that is very particular about an overcoat is that it is very furry. And what is the skin of squirrel like? It is also very furry. So he has compared the skin of squirrel with an overcoat. See the overcoat, the overcoat's texture, the texture of the material of the overcoat exactly looks like the fur of animals. So the squirrel's skin also resembles an overcoat of grey color to the poet. He sat up straight to eat a nut. So the poet in the third line is telling us that the squirrel sits up straight to eat a nut. So he's telling us that whenever the squirrel is eating something, eating a nut, basically he is in a straight up posture. The squirrel sets up straight. So the squirrel while eating his food, while eating the nuts, he is in a straight up posture. So the poet has described how the squirrel eats the nut. Coming to the fourth line, he liked to tease and play. So the poet is telling that the squirrel always likes to tease him. The poet, he, along with his friends, whenever he is there in the garden, the squirrel likes to tease the poet and his friends. The squirrel, you must have seen what the squirrel does. The squirrel comes down to the ground from his tree and he comes nearby the people. He comes nearby us and he then quickly runs away from us. So the poet is telling that it is not that the squirrel is afraid of human beings. He is not afraid of us. Rather, the squirrel is teasing us. He is teasing us and he is trying to play with us. So in the fourth line of the poem, the poet has very beautifully described that how the squirrel plays with human beings. So till now we have seen that the squirrel's tail looks like a question mark. The tail looks like that it is resembling a question mark. Its skin looks like an overcoat of gray. It looks like that the squirrel is wearing a overcoat of gray color. The fur of the squirrel is making the poet imagine that the squirrel is actually wearing an overcoat which is of gray color. And in the third line we are seeing that the squirrel he eats his nut, he eats his food while he is sitting straight. So the posture of the squirrel while eating his food is always a straight posture. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. You can see in the picture the squirrel, he is on the tree. But when the people comes to the tree, when the poet in the poem he is telling that when he goes around the tree with his friends, he tries to climb the tree or he tries to catch the squirrel. What he does, the squirrel jumps from the tree, he jumps from the tree and he runs to the other way. And if we ran around his tree, the squirrel went the other way. So you see in the last line, and if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. The poet is telling that the squirrel, whenever someone tries to catch him, what he does, he went other way. So in the poem we have seen that the squirrel, he wore a question mark for tail. The poet has told us that the squirrel's tail looks like a question mark. It resembles a question mark. And the overcoat of an overcoat of gray. He is telling that his skin looks like he is wearing an overcoat of gray. He is wearing an overcoat. His skin is very furry and he is making us believe that he is wearing an overcoat. So the furry skin of the squirrel makes the poet write this line that he is wearing an overcoat of gray color. In the third line we see he sat up straight to eat a nut. So the poet is telling that the squirrel, he sits straight up. The posture of the squirrel is always straight up while eating his nut. And in the fourth line he is telling us that he likes to tease and play. This is a very important line. You can see that the general overview, the general view of the people is that the squirrel is afraid of the human being. The poet tells us that the general view of the people is that the squirrel is afraid of the people, but it is not so. The poet is telling us that he likes to tease and play. He is not afraid, but he likes teasing us. That's why he comes near to us and then he runs away quickly. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. The poet is telling that whenever we tries to catch the squirrel, he simply runs away in the other direction. So the poet Mildred Powers Armstrong has described the squirrel, the physical appearance of the squirrel, and the activities of the squirrel, that how he eats the nut, how the skin of the squirrel is, how the tail resembles the question mark, how he runs around the how he tease and play the human beings, how when we try to catch him, when we try to run around his tree, he goes to the other direction. So all the beautiful activities that a squirrel does is explained in the poem. So what you're going to do, you have done the first chapter, the 3 questions. You have already done the 3 questions in your notebook. You have done the 3 questions in your notebook. Now after that chapter you will start the poem. After the chapter is finished, you will start the poem. You will first write all the 6 lines of the poem in your fair notebook. You will write all these lines in your fair notebook. Then you will draw the picture that is there in your book. This picture you are going to draw, this picture you will draw in the fair notebook. After writing all these lines, you will draw the picture of the squirrel underneath your poem. Then you are going to, I'm going to provide you the PDF in which the summary of the poem will be there. So you will write the summary of the poem. After you have drawn this picture, after you have written the poem, you will write the summary. Then there will be 4 questions in your PDF. You will do all those 4 questions after writing the poem. After writing the poem, drawing the picture and doing the summary that I will provide you, you will do those 4 questions that I have given in the PDF. So this is how you're going to work in your literature notebook. You have already done the first chapter. Now you will do the poem. In this video I have tried to explain the poem. I hope you have understood what the poet is trying to say. If you have any queries, any questions, you can write in the comment box. Feel free to ask. You can write your queries in the comment box. I will try to answer them as quickly as possible. And if you have any queries related to the work that you have to do, you can go and watch the first video, the orientation video. In that I have explained how you will how will you make the notebooks for your fair work. So this was the video in which I have explained the first poem from your honeycomb. You have already done the first chapter, the 3 questions. Now you are going to do this poem, and after that we will go ahead with your syllabus. So for now you will do the poem. You will write the poem in your fair notebook. You will draw the picture of the squirrel as shown in your textbook. Then you will write the summary that I will provide you, that will be there in the PDF, and you will do the 4 questions that are there in the PDF. So this way you are going to work in this week. So hope you have understood the chapter. Hope you have liked my presentation, and if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. I am there to help you anytime. So hope you have enjoyed my video, and please like the video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get the notifications, and the orientation video is also there. You can watch that video if you have any doubts related to making the notebooks. The first chapter video is already there. You can watch all these videos. Please share the videos. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and if you have any queries, please ask. So this is Aman signing off. You are watching PTO classes. Thank you so much for watching the video.